Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've made a video. I just want to hop back in, start making some videos again when I can, and go over trades, give my analysis like I was before, but I'm trading a lot differently but similarly to how I was in the last time I put up a video, so I will explain all that as we get into it. But alright, let's get started. We got MES here this morning. I took a long ride out of the gate, so I'm not going to explain everything. Maybe I'll do in another video of how I got my levels and whatnot. We got all the levels marked up, ready to go for the day. I already had that. Pre-market, I was watching it, and I noticed this price action here. So price put in a low, came back up, put in a new high, messed around, tried putting in a new high, and when it failed putting in the new high, came back down, tested it again, lower high, rejected it, came back down. The interesting thing to me was when it was coming down, all these down candles were putting in these big buyer wicks, big buyer wick, big buyer wick, big buyer wick, just letting me know that buyers are still trying and they're still here while the sellers were pushing it down. And the real puzzle piece that led me to taking the long out of the gate this morning was this candle here, this big outside candle, because one thing you can pay attention to as far as subtleties in price action are the size of the bodies of the candle. And you can see here all these red candles, while they are red, none of them were able to close near the lows of their candle wicks. They all closed very high up, big buyers wicks, small bodies. So it's not really the strongest. They're red candles, but they're not the weakest candles, Whereas this one green candle, the one that managed to close green, ended up engulfing all these candles essentially. This gave me all the confidence I needed to say that buyers are still here and they are very strong. So 628, we also get this pullback, and again another buyer wick. That's again, all of the buyers, every single seller's candle is getting bought up. So with all that, not to mention this trend line, which I have marked up since from the lows, from the very low of this trading session, was following this trend line very closely. I had another one here, it broke that one, but came down and tested this lower trend line. It was also bouncing almost perfectly off of that, so it came back up, closed above the 10 EMA, very strong. So once the market opened here at 6:30, which is 9:30 New York Stock Exchange time, or New York time, as soon as it broke this high here, I just got in, wrote it up, scalped it, and that was it. That was my trade for the day. Now I know you're looking and you're saying, what about all the rest of this? For you, if you want to capture the entire move, you can leave on a runner, you can add into your position on pullbacks. There's a lot of things you can do. Me personally, I'm the very definition of a scalper. I entered my full position and I exited my full position, or somewhere around here, and that I'm happy with that. That made my money, and that's all that I care about. I don't want to capture the entire move. I'm not interested in capturing the entire move. If I want to look for another move, I can wait for another opportunity, such as this pullback here, and get back in it again and scalp it again. But that was the trade from this morning. The reason you see these numbers too is because I am using the strat. If you haven't heard of it, there's a ton of great people on Twitter who are teaching it, and I do recommend looking into it just for the price action lessons alone, because although I'm not trading the strat the way they do, from the top down using full time frame continuity, they are all valid things to learn. And so the strat's place in my strategy is just their entries, the way they enter. So if you don't know, I'm not going to get into it completely, but it essentially revolves around inside candles, trend candles, and outside candles. So for instance, my entry here, the reasoning for it is this was a 2 down candle, meaning it was a trending candle to the downside, but when it closed this strong for buyers to the buyer side, that's a really good sign that the buyers are still in control. So on this next candle over, I took my entry here, and yeah, that's a 2-2 reversal. If you look up just strat cheat sheet, you'll see what I'm talking about. Definitely worth looking into. Study it. I don't need these numbers. I just like to see when there's an outside candle and whatnot. But it's all the same. Everybody's been trading these types of candles since charts have been around. You know, this is just a good way of looking at it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Go back, look at this chart, try to understand what I'm explaining. It's all about the price action. It's that the price action is key. And yeah, all right, thanks guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything else you want me to go over. All right.